Welcome back to Colonial Airstream. My name is Patrick Botticelli, and I sell Airstreams here at Colonial Airstream in Millstone Township, New Jersey. Today, I'm going to showcase the 2026 Airstream Basecamp 16X. This is one of two floor plans available in the series. They have the 16X and the 20X. The 16 is the smallest and lightest of the Basecamp series. This trailer is only 16 feet 2 inches from the ball to the bumper. It is 9 feet tall from the ground to the top of the air conditioning, and it's only 7 feet wide. That gives you a 6 feet 4.5 inch interior width, and the headroom at the opening is 6 foot 3.5 inches. Now let's talk about the weights. This is 3,500 pound max gross weight and has a dry weight of 2,700 pounds. That gives you 800 pounds of net cargo carrying capacity. And you'll see there's a back cargo door. You can load a lot of stuff on the inside. Now, the way it is with propane and batteries, the hitch weight's only 450 pounds. It's available in two different interior decors, Scarlet Peak and Alpine Lake, which is what we're gonna take a look at today. Let's talk about the construction. It's an aluminum rib structure, aluminum exterior with buck rivets, and you have aluminum on the inside. The whole underbelly is completely sealed and the tanks are heated. The frame is steel and it's a boxed frame. Now with the X package, you always get the 3-inch lift with the off-road tires and the really cool looking rims. It's got these plastic flares here on the side to give it that automotive look. There's an outside GFCI protected electrical outlet here. That'll be powered when you're plugged into shore power at a campground. You have a window that pops open here on the side. And you can see it's all hand riveted around these frames. You got the Basecamp medallion here. You got a grab handle to get in. It's a double lock for the entry door. And when you swing the entry door around, there's a privacy shade built right in. And look at this. This is tempered glass, not plastic. And it is tinted. They have an entry step that you could fold in when you're in travel, and there's grip tape here at the entry door. There's a retractable screen, lots of details. Now, one of the unique things about the Basecamp is it tapers in on the back to give you a little bit more turning when you don't have to worry about the tail swing if it was a big square boxy trailer. But also the back tapers up. That gives you that departure angle. And it has these extra bumpers here underneath that protect your undercarriage. There's stabilizer jacks all 4 corners of the trailer to take that bounce out of your walk, and they're manual. You just use a crank to do it. Look at these taillight housings. Cast aluminum LED light on the inside. This rail right here, it goes all the way around the trailer. That's a Keter rail. You could pull the plastic insert out and you could slide in different awning accessories. Integrated license plate bracket, really nice detail given that the automotive look. You got a glass window here in the back door. You got some clearance lights over, a gutter rail here made out of aluminum. And when you open up the back door, you got pocket here, another pocket here, another one here. You got a roll down shade. Check that out. Snaps right in place. And you want to look through it, you just Velcro it right up. Dry erase board over here. You can lock and unlock the door from the inside. Has a roll down insect screen in the back with a zipper down the middle. So if you want to zip it open and peek out, you can do so. And the height from here to here is great. If you're loading in cargo, you got this coin style rubber floor here, which is very durable. And if you want to tie down some cargo, check this out. L-Track built right into the floor there. You can buy the L-Track accessories. You got some tie downs here. There's 4 of them total on the inside. If you want to bring a cooler, there's a 12-volt outlet over here. You also have USB and USB-C. You have an electrical outlet. On this side, you have a place here maybe for your power cord. It's a 30-amp service trailer. All the cabinets are plywood with laminate, not particle board, not sticker wrap. It's regular laminate over plywood. And look down below. There's a spare tire. And there's a tool that slips into this hole and you could crank it down. It's a regular sized tire, just a different tread pattern because it's a spare tire. When you close the back door here, you get the look of the back. Look at this thing. If you look at it straight on from the back, that is just a cool look. And you can see how the roof tapers down in the back. Up top there, you got a 9200 B2 air conditioning system with an electric heat strip. There's also 200 watts of solar, which is optional on this, and it has 200 amp hours of lithium iron phosphate batteries with internal heat. Over here, there's a 30 amp shore power connection to snap it right in. You don't feed the cable in, you don't twist and lock it, you just snap it in. For fresh water, there's 21 gallons of fresh water that you could stick the hose in and fill up your tank. If you don't want to use your freshwater tank and you just want to supply city water to your plumbing, there's a city water inlet right here. You hook your water hose up to, and there's an internal water pressure regulator built in. You have a tankless Suburban water heater on board and a 12,000 BTU propane force-hot air furnace system. Now, let's look at these tanks underneath, because this is where you could really see the difference between an Airstream and some other brand trailer. This box here is where the tank is inside of. It's a rotocast tank. You get some low point drains for your plumbing. You also have a ball valve here that you can hook in fittings for a hose if you want to drain down your freshwater tank. Right there, look at that. That is nice engineering. And then the tankless water heater has a relief valve and a moisture relief valve there. So two little hoses that go through the bottom. Let's talk about the waste. There's 24 gallons combination gray and black tank. So it's one tank for the toilet, shower, and sink. You snap on your waste hose here. You pull the handle out. That allows the waste to release out of the trailer. There's a light out here so you can see at night. So you got 24 gallons. That's quite a bit when you really think about it for a small compact trailer. There's storage over here. You could put some more accessories in. And there's a waste hose storage tube. So when you're done with the waste hose, it slides all the way into this tube. And you could fit quite a long waste hose in there. Now over here, this is the outside shower. And what you want to do is prep it. Right now the shower handle's hanging up high inside the trailer, but you can lay it down low and you could grab it from the inside and bring it out, and you can reach the hot and cold water, and you can take showers and hose things off outside. It's a little pass-through. VIN plate with tire information, production information, stainless steel wrap protectors. This is thicker and more resilient and doesn't dent as easy as the aluminum body would, so that's why they're here up front, because your tow vehicle, you got a massive vehicle like this, it could kick up a lot of rocks. Well, these are going to protect you. And what's going to protect the glass windows, you had tempered glass windows, are these solar stone guards, which are removable if you want to clean your glass, but they're there to protect the glass when you're towing. Now, has the 200 watts of solar on the roof. If you want more solar, you could do external panels, and they would plug right into this ZAMP connection right here on the side that allows you to put an extra solar array if you're parked in the shade and you want to get more solar gain. There's also underneath the trailer, we'll see when we get to the other side, a propane quick disconnect port, so you can hook in an external grill if needed. Now, on the nose cone, it's dual purpose. So up top, in the top story, you have a place for your power cord and tools. There's a manual override for the hitch jack, a multi-tool, your stabilizer jack crank, and the propane disconnect. Underneath it, there's two 20-pound propane tanks with a regulator with auto switchover, or you could manually spin it from one bottle to the other. And they're easy to take out, and they're exchangeable size. So if you're having a hard time finding a place to fill your propane tanks, you could just exchange these. They're barbecue size. And anywhere there's a QR code like this on the trailer, you can scan it with your phone to get additional tech support for a particular item near this. Now, Colonial Airstream, we give you complete training when you purchase an Airstream trailer. We'll have it in this room here, all set up and staged for you, and we'll have one of our technicians spend quite a bit of time with you to teach you how everything works inside and out of the trailer. And you have a choice of two different gifts. You could get an RV starter kit or a Harvest Host membership for 1 year. Up front here is an electric hitch jack. You can raise and lower the height of the trailer. You could take it on and off your tow vehicle. There's a 7-way wiring harness that plugs into the 7-way of the vehicle. The vehicle needs an electric brake controller. You got a trailer breakaway cable. You got safety chains, 2 5/16 inch ball. And if I was to lift this up right now, it's 450 pounds. So it's compatible with a lot of vehicles that have a max hitch weight of 500 pounds. Now, if you come around this side, you'll get a better idea of what the frame looks like. You can see it's a coated frame, boxed, so it's not C-channel. It's very rigid here. You got a little tie down here. You can hook anything up to there, maybe a pet leash. This is the on-off for the external port for an external grill or another item that you want to use on low pressure. And when you step back and look at it, look how cool it looks from this angle here. You can see some additional running lights there. There's an outside porch light. Over here, some really cool hardware to keep the door open. So this hooks onto the back of the door. And there's a bumper there, and that keeps the door from moving around. And when you're towing, it stores in this position. And that locks it in. Just use your discretion on a really windy day. You're not sure if you want to leave it out, just put it away. And that key to rail will support different awnings. So if you need some type of awning, you could buy any type of awning. And as long as it's compatible with the key to rail, it'll slide right in. You could also buy from parts the optional exterior tent. Over here is the payload sticker that all the Airstreams have. There's a handmade Airstream door, all made out of aluminum here. And I know you want to see the inside. So, welcome to this space. Now, first things first, I always take my shoes off, and look at this. It comes with this tray for all your shoes and boots. There's a place here for the fire extinguisher. You could throw your keys in over here. And you got plenty of counter space. And what I like about this, if you're really into cooking and making coffee, you could be up here and you could have a full vision all the way around of what's going on. You have a 2-burner gas cooktop with electronic ignition. You have a vent for the refrigerator. You have pop-up outlets here. As long as you're plugged into shore power to campground, it'll power these outlets and the USB that are in them. Now look at this. You want privacy? These just zip right up. So you pull it up here, pull the zipper, and the bungee, if you just want it open that much, the bungee keeps it all together. And you can bring it all the way up and it velcros in. And now you have complete blackout privacy. And you got one here, you got another one there, and you got 2 more in the back. You got some storage lofts over here. These are color coordinated based on the interior decor you pick. You could either get the blue or the red, depending on which one of the 2 you pick. Optional microwave on board. Look at that. Plenty of room. The power microwave. You got more storage down over here. 3.1 cubic foot refrigerator with a freezer up top. You want to put your spices. You get the little bungee cord there to keep your stuff. Look at this sink. That's pretty thick, huh? It comes with the cover and the cupboard. Nice faucet over here. You got some hooks. You got another place to put more things. Owner's bag I have up here, but another storage loft. Then down over here, silverware organizer. And then underneath this plate right here, there's 2 lithium batteries. And it comes with this metal plate. If you decided not to get the lithium and you wanted to put lead acid or AGM, you have to put this plate here that prevents any off-gassing from those style of batteries from coming inside. It vents outside. Because we have lithium, you don't need it. Tank heater on board. This gives you about a 7 to 10 degree boost in temperature in your combination gray-black tank and your freshwater tank. CO and LP leak detector right here. You could turn on and off the complete battery system from here. And this compartment goes around the corner and around the corner. So you can put a lot of different things in here. One of my favorite things to point out is look at this bathroom modular. I say modular because these things are built as one. This is not what's supporting and keeping the trailer strong. A lot of RVs use cabinets to keep everything square. This shell is just as strong empty as it is full. But the bathroom module, this is extruded aluminum. You got plywood with laminate, and it's all put together and hung inside the trailer. And it is really nicely engineered. You got a mirror on the back of the door. You got a flush handle so you don't catch it on one of your belt loops. You got another mirror on the back of the door. Over here, this little vent area here, look at this. When you're in the bathroom and you want the max fan to extract the most amount of moisture or stale air, you can manually turn this up and you got 4 different fan speeds here and a quick release screen. Now you don't have to rely just on that fan. There is a smaller max vent in here that you push up and you turn on. And that will get rid of some steam and some stale air. But that is your mega extractor. Now, when you're in the bathroom, there's also a shower curtain here. That just protects this door area, which is all made out of aluminum from getting wet. And then there's lots of little hooks and accessories in here. You're gonna have to come around. You have an extruded aluminum corner here. You got a hook, another hook. You got pockets for different items. There's a clothesline over here that pulls all the way across and hooks in. And I bet you guys are asking by now, Patrick, how tall are you? The ceiling height is 6 foot, 3.5 inches. I'm 5 feet 9. And I got plenty of room above my head. Got a towel bar here, aluminum wall, toilet paper stays over here nice and dry. And now look at that. That is the pass-through for the outside shower. So you would take the handle off and you'd pass it through and you could reach the hot and cold water here. And hang it up when you're done. It's a little adjustable and you could pause it up here. This is the wheel well cut out, but you can put your soap there. You got to drain down over here. Now, the toilet. It's not plastic, it's porcelain. And that dumps into that 24-gallon combination tank. You got a foot pedal, halfway fills the bowl, all the way flushes it. And you can put aftermarket bidets on it if you want. And the whole pan on the bottom is not plastic, it's all fiberglass there. So as long as you maintain caulk seams, this will last the lifetime of the trailer. All right, now let's talk about this area here. One of the other things I like to point out is this bumper. So if you forget the duck, you got something to bump your head on. You got your smoke detector over here. You got another grab handle here. GFCI protected electrical outlet. Take this little cap off here. Open this, which is lockable. You get a net, another net, USB and USB-C. You could run the wires through here if you need to plug something in. You got a cup holder over here. Down over here, you got some more hooks, light switches for the different lights, more storage over here, more storage down here, a ductwork for the 12,000 B2 furnace, extruded aluminum corner over here, and another storage loft over here, optional 9200 B2 air conditioning with heat strip. You got two hooks over here on the side, insect screen for any window that opens. So how do these open? Do this, and it just pops right out, and you get plenty of ventilation there. And this has the same integrated zip-up privacy shade built into it. And the storage loft has something hidden in it, which we're going to take a look at in a second. Now, look at this lounge area. This is just a nice area to hang out and gather, but you can load your bicycle into the back. And if you wanted to leave the bike inside, you could still sleep here. So let me demonstrate on this side. Nice, thick cushions here, very durable material. Again, this is the Alpine Lake decor. It's got a blue tone to it. So you could sleep here. I could sleep here. This is plenty of room. It's 76 inches long and it's 24 inches wide. Definitely doable, right? People do it all the time. They tell me they do. Now, when you lift this up, it's like a little toy box. And look at this. There's legs in here. So you got short legs and you got long legs. So there's a total of 4, but you can store a lot of things in here. So first, maybe you want to do this. Put, we'll put the long leg over here. How about that? Okay, then we could take out the table, put that here, and it spins around. Then we could take a short leg and put this one right over here. And you can have it almost like a coffee table. Now, what else you could do is you could take these two boards out the back, and they're plywood laminate just like everything else, and they slip into a groove here in the back. Then you could take the backrest over here and the backrest from right over here, and now you could have a bench across the back. So you could have a group of people hanging out back here playing cards or whatever they want to do, and it gives you a lot of flexibility. Now, let's talk about another bed. If you take the back of this and swing it over, just like that, and do the same thing on this side, we can have a double bed. This is 38 inches. Look at this. And these all mend together nice and tight. There's many different ways you could go about putting this together. But me at 5'9", I could sleep across, and someone else could sleep on this side. What's cool about this is it's easy to get out of bed. So even if you're using it like this, and your partner's on this side, you're still close, but when you want to get to the bathroom, you just swing your legs up and you're out. You don't have to scoot all the way down to the foot of the bed. Another way you could do it is you take the other short leg out, just like that, snap it in, and then this one flips over, and this one. Now some people may think, well, that's too much work. The beauty about this setup is, if you think you need this big of a bed at 76 by 76, you could just leave it set up as a bed all the time. My favorite is sleeping in a V formation because you still have a table and it's easy to get in and out. Now, look how wide open that back is. Now, over here, while you're in bed, you have accessibility to see the solar charge display, monitor your battery level, fresh water tank, we're at 8%, black waste at 0. That will go from 0 all the way up to 100%. You can turn on the water pump from here, turn on your furnace, and set the temperature of your tankless water heater, all from right over here. And at the foot of the bed, they give you USB and USB-C. They're very generous with that stuff. Well, I think we completed the tour of the brand new 2026 Airstream Basecamp 16X here at Colonial Airstream. Our website is colonialairstream.com. You can call us at 800-265-9019. Remember, I sell Airstreams here. You could call me and buy this directly from me. If you like short videos, we have YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and TikTok. And I'll see you next time.